What is poppin'? What is going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice, because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys for watching today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get to the public and my channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and I post every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you do not miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right, you guys. So let's talk about the downfall and the failure of Marcus Mariota today. You know, Marcus Mariota, in my opinion right now, I don't like saying this often, but I think he's a bust. I just think he is. He's in year number 5, and he's no longer starting. You know, he's not starting for the team that drafted him. The Tennessee Titans in 2015 drafted Marcus Mariota number 2 overall. So far up to this point in his career, I've not seen a lot of flashes that a number 2 overall pick should warrant. I just haven't seen the consistent play from Marcus Mariota. You know, he's never panned out quite to that level yet. You know, he's 29-32 as a starter. That's below 500. You know, he has 1 playoff win. That playoff win was great, but again, I need more than that. And you know, right now the Tennessee Titans are 8-7. Right now, at the playoff start today, they'd be in as the 6th seed. But it's not because of Marcus Mariota. It would be because of Ryan Tannehill. Marcus Mariota this year is 4-2 as a starter. He got pulled midway through the season. Ryan Tannehill takes over, and what do you know? The Titans have taken off. And I think Marcus Mariota officially right now is a backup quarterback. He could start for a handful of teams right now, maybe. But I just think Marcus Mariota is a bust, and I kept telling Titans fans all offseason. I kept telling them for the longest time. And you know, I made a video in the offseason that got 60 dislikes, guys, where I said that Marcus Mariota is the Tennessee Titans problem, okay? And Titans fans kept telling me, no, it's the offensive line, it's the defense, the wide receivers aren't good enough. And I kept telling Titans fans, guys, listen, the Titans defense the last three years or so has been good enough to win games. They should be a playoff team. The wide receivers have been good enough. The running backs have been good. They've had above average defenses, above average weapons, above average running backs, above average offensive lines. The coaching staff has been intact. The coaching staff is very underrated. All they needed was Marcus Mariota to elevate and be a solid quarterback. And Marcus Mariota could not do that. I kept telling Titans fans this. They need to draft another quarterback. They need to move on from Marcus Mariota because he's the problem. He's holding the Titans back. He has a very low ceiling. And they didn't want to listen to me. And what do you know? All of a sudden, now Titans fans don't have the excuses that, oh, the offensive line is terrible. The wide receivers aren't good enough. No, you just have a quarterback that actually can make throws. And that's better than Marcus Mariota. And that can get the job done and get the best out of your team, because the Titans roster is good enough to be a perennial playoff team each year. But I'm not going to bash Marcus Mariota too much anymore. Why did Marcus Mariota fail? Why did he all of a sudden just become a bust? Why did he not pan out to be the star level quarterback that many people thought he'd be coming out of college? I didn't think so personally. I thought Mariota was overrated in college, but again, let's talk about it. And in my opinion, there's a couple reasons. The first big reason why Marcus Mariota has failed in the NFL so far is because he was overrated from the start. You know, Marcus Mariota, he was very lucky that in 2015, there were only 7 quarterbacks drafted. What that means is the quarterback class in 2015 was really, really weak. Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota in that draft class were the clear-cut 2 best quarterbacks, okay? So he got lucky, okay? He got lucky that he was in a class that was rated very low at quarterbacks, okay? So, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota get drafted. The next guys, Garrett Grayson, Shane Miminin, whatever his name is, Bryce Petty, Brett Huntley, Trevor Siemian, all those quarterbacks done virtually nothing in the NFL, okay? That's just the reality, okay? So he was overrated from the start. At Oregon, I really felt people overrated what Marcus Mariota did because, see, Mariota put up numbers. He won the Heisman. I get that. He was great at Oregon. I'm not saying he did not ball out at Oregon. But see, in college, when you are surrounded by a lot of 4- and 5-star level talent, when you're surrounded by really good players, that can be a blessing and it can be a curse as well. The reason why I say that is because you're going to put up numbers. You're going to look good. You're probably going to get drafted high if you ball out in the system you're playing in. Let's say you go to Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama. You ball out, you're probably going to get drafted pretty high if you have an above average arm, okay? That's just the reality, okay? You're going to look good. Marcus Mariota had a great offensive line. He had 4 and 5 star wide receivers all over the field. He had 4 and 5 star running backs to throw to, and at times his stats got padded, okay? He was never challenged at Oregon. He was never asked to really make difficult, tough, tight window throws. A lot of the wide receivers he was throwing to were wide open, mainly due to the fact that they were just so good. Oregon was so much better than the Pac-12, and the coaching staff and the scheme that was on that team were just so good. People failed to realize that Marcus Mariota had an average NFL arm at best when you look at the way he played in college, okay? And Marcus Mariota ran the football a lot at Oregon. His success was predicated on his mobility a lot, okay? He had 15 rushing touchdowns his junior season. And again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but Mariota at times relied on his quickness and his athleticism and escapability way too much to get out of trouble in college. And that worked in college versus average athletes, because when you're comparing college athletes to NFL athletes, they're average athletes compared to the guys in the NFL, okay? Not Clemson, not Ohio State, we get that, but again, you get the point. So, Marcus Mariota running around and scrambling so much does not work in the NFL, because the thing about the NFL, the thing that makes the NFL so much tougher from the college game is the NFL, everything speeds up. The athletes are faster. The DBs break on the ball a lot faster. They recognize things a lot faster. Guys just are able to run you down a lot faster. You're not able to outrun the linebackers and, safeties and edge rushers like you could in college. You can't just outrun everyone. And that's what Mariota did in college. He was not able to do that in the NFL. And Chip Kelly was there briefly at Oregon. But again, Oregon was at a point in the Pac-12 where they were so ahead of everyone else with the offensive schemes they were running, with the spread offense, Chip Kelly's offense. They implemented that when the new head coach came there. And let's be real, the Pac-12 did not have a lot of great defenses in that conference at the time when Marcus Mariota was there, okay? He was going up against a lot of average athletes in college on defense when he was on offense, okay? And we saw in the national title game versus Ohio State, Marcus Mariota got exposed when he saw one of the teams that could actually mess with Oregon offensively and defensively, a team that had NFL linebackers, NFL pass rushers, NFL D tackles, NFL quarterbacks, NFL, speedy guys, just NFL athletes in general. Mariota struggled on the biggest stage versus Ohio State. And in the NFL, you have to deal with a messy pocket consistently. You have to throw in the tight windows. You have to elevate the players around you. The game's faster. And people fail to realize Marcus Mariota's downfield accuracy at times when guys are not wide open is not very good. In the NFL, that showed. Marcus Mariota consistently does not drive the football down the field with accuracy. He just doesn't. That's just the reality. And also, another thing that played a part into Marcus Mariota's demise was injuries, okay? I feel bad for him because in 2015, he had to miss 3 games due to injury. 2016, missed a game. 2017, missed a game. 2018, missed 2 games. Had to miss the final game of the season, versus the Colts due to injury. I felt Mariota should have played in that game, but again, I don't know how serious the injury actually was. So if it was career threatening, I understand it, but again, injuries were a concern. And look, I gotta say this right now. The thing about Mariota is, this may be a little bit harsh, but I don't think Marcus Mariota is a vocal leader at a very vocal position. And I don't think Marcus Mariota is a guy that galvanizes his troops. He doesn't have the swagger to uplift and inspire confidence in his teammates like some or other quarterbacks do. Say what you want about Jameis Winston's turnovers, okay? Jameis Winston has a real NFL arm, and he galvanizes the troops around him. Teammates want to play for Jameis Winston. They want to rally around Jameis Winston. They respond to Jameis Winston more so than others respond to Marcus Mariota. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, heck, even the rookie quarterback, Dwayne Haskins. All those guys, they galvanize the troops around them. They uplift their teammates from a leadership standpoint vocally. They're vocal leaders, and people just follow them as a leader. Mariota's kind of aloof. You know, he leads by example. He's not a very vocal guy. He's not a very lit guy, okay? And that's one of the reasons why I'm out on Josh Rosen. Because Josh Rosen, while I do believe Josh Rosen throughout his career has been screwed, because Josh Rosen has not been set up to succeed. He's had a bad offensive line. He's had bad wide receivers. He's had bad coaching. He's had bad defenses. Everything around Josh Rosen up to this point has been bad in both Arizona and Miami for him. And I don't think the coaching staffs believe in him. And that's sad, because I think Josh Rosen, I never thought he'd be a great NFL quarterback, but at least he could start. I firmly believe if Josh Rosen gets a real team around him, he could be a starting level quarterback. But again, the one of the reasons why I'm out on Josh Rosen, outside of the fact that I believe he has a low ceiling, is the fact that Josh Rosen does not galvanize a locker room the way that I want my quarterback to. He doesn't galvanize his troops. There's nothing lit about Josh Rosen. There's nothing that inspires true confidence in his teammates. There's just not. You have to have a certain swagger and a certain vocal leadership in order to be a great NFL quarterback if you're not Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes from a talent perspective. So again, that's why I believe Marcus Mariota failed. I really do. People respond to Ryan Tannehill better than they do Marcus Mariota. Again, some of the reasons why: Mariota was overrated from the start at college. He benefited from being in a class that didn't have a lot of great quarterbacks, so he went number 2 overall to the Titans. It was pretty much Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. And who else? Bryce Petty, really? Trevor Siemian, really? He benefited from that. He had a lot of help in college that padded his stats, that made him look better than he actually was. He relied on his athleticism a lot in college. That does not translate well to the NFL. He had a lot of injuries at the pro level. He got banged up a lot. He was not often challenged at Oregon to make tight window throws, and that affected him in the NFL when things got tight. You know, he had to make a lot of tight window throws. He had to deal with a messy pocket early on. He had to elevate the players around him, and he couldn't do it. And ultimately, Marcus Mariota is not a vocal leader at a vocal position. That's just the reality. Marcus Mariota, to me, is a bust. Marcus Mariota is not a starting quarterback anymore. He can start in spots. I'm not saying there's not a place in the NFL for him. I think Marcus Mariota could be a solid backup quarterback. I believe for a season or two, he could maybe hold it down for a franchise, maybe win you a couple games. But again, long-term playoff success, long-term Super Bowl runs, long-term big-time wins, I just don't see it for Marcus Mariota. And I think the Titans finally realized it. You know, they've moved on. They're going to probably move on with Ryan Tannehill to be their franchise quarterback. I don't think they're paying Marcus Mariota any money in the offseason. And if they are, they're going to franchise tag him, in my opinion. Okay, so sadly, Marcus Mariota did not pan out at Oregon coming into the NFL, and these are the reasons why. Be sure to comment whether you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? You know, or potentially if it doesn't, you know, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, you know, get other people hip to this channel, you know, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.